Okay, I'm back again on my podcast. I'm back again on my page. Right. You saw the video topic or you saw the video title. That goes by the statement comparing white South Africans and white Zimbabweans. White South Africans versus white Zimbabweans. So I'm going to give you just general ideas, general clues, or general information tips on what to know about the differences between white Zimbabweans and white South Africans. Right. White South Africans, to begin with, have been in South Africa for a long time, for a donkey number of years. They've been there staying in South Africa without any problems, without any issues. They've been there for a long time, a long period of time. But this cannot be said about white Zimbabweans. Oh, yes, of course, they were there for some time, but something happened down the line. Something happened when Zimbabwe got independence. And there was a man by the name Dr. Robert Mugabe who came up with some policies, domestic policies to favor his own black people at the expense of the white people. And these guys, white Zimbabweans, white people, were not happy, were not impressed by these policies. They did not accept his policies as the president of the country when Zimbabwe got independence. As a result of that, they went away from Zimbabwe, or they ran away from Zimbabwe, or they decided to move out of Zimbabwe to go to other countries or to go back to their original countries in Europe, in America, in UK. Or some went to this neighboring country, South Africa, a neighbor of Zimbabwe by the name South Africa. So this is what happened to the lives or to the situation of white Zimbabweans because of this man, Robert Gabriel Mugabe, as the executive president of Zimbabwe when he became president. And he established his own policies. And according to his mind, they were meant or designed to favor the Zimbabwean black people, Zimbabwean black children, the real owners of Zimbabwe land, the real owners of Zimbabwe as a country, as their legal right, at the expense of the white people. Right. Something to know again is that as I talk to you now, these white Zimbabweans, I heard they're coming back home since the beginning of the year 2025. This particular year, they are finding their way coming back home to Zimbabwe, to stay in Zimbabwe, because there's a general idea, there's a general perception, there's a general understanding that Zimbabwe is getting better. Things are going fine. Things are getting better in Zimbabwe. So I heard from official sources that white Zimbabweans are coming back home to stay in Zimbabwe, to invest their money, invest their resources, invest their everything in Zimbabwe, to start from scratch, to start afresh their lives in Zimbabwe. But this cannot be said about white South Africans. They've been there in South Africa for a long time. They did not go anywhere. They were never disturbed in their political lives, social lives, financial lives, in their economic lives. They were never disturbed. They've been there in South Africa, in whatever town of South Africa, in whatever city of South Africa, whether Bloemfontein or Durban or Cape Town or Port Elizabeth or East London or Johannesburg or Pretoria. White South Africans have been staying there for a long time without any disturbance, without any movement, without any exodus, because of whatever policy. No. Even the policies of the government, under whatever president, Kgalema Motlanthe or Jacob Zuma or Cyril Ramaphosa or the first one, Dr. Nelson Mandela, the policies have been favoring even South Africans, these white South Africans, the policies of the government, under whatever president, the policies domestically have been favoring even the white South Africans. But this cannot be said about the white Zimbabweans. Like I said, under the first president, Dr. Robert Gabriel Mugabe. So these are some of the things to know when it comes to differences between white Zimbabweans and white South Africans. White South Africans, I don't see them going anywhere. I don't see them going back to their original countries. I don't see them going back to their original nations where they came from. I don't see them doing that. This is my prediction. I think forever and forever, they'll keep on staying in South Africa. They'll keep on living in South Africa. But as for white Zimbabweans, of course, like I said, they come back home now because of the general perception among Zimbabweans, among Africans, or around the world that Zimbabwe is getting better under Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa. Okay? But who knows what's going to happen in the future? Who knows or who can predict the future? Only God knows what can happen to the future of Zimbabwe after the time of Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa elapses. Whoever is going to be the next president, and the next president, and the next president, who knows what can happen to Zimbabwe? So any movement is a possibility for these white Zimbabweans. Any future movement, any future exodus, any future emigration out of Zimbabwe, under whatever next president is a real possibility for these white Zimbabweans. Because you know Zimbabwe is sometimes not stable. Things can shake at any time. Things can just change at any moment in Zimbabwe. So in terms of security of life, in terms of guarantee of life, security of living, guarantee of living, this cannot be said about white Zimbabweans. Things can change. The momentum or the dynamics can shift at any moment, especially after the time of Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa lapses. Who knows what can happen in the future under whatever president, whether ZANU-PF or whatever political party in the coming future. Who knows what can happen? Only God knows. But when it comes to white South Africans, I know, I understand to the best of my mind and to the best of my brain that Jehovah God gave me, that they'll be there forever to enjoy life in South Africa, to stay in South Africa, to live in South Africa. And they have citizenships, they have South African documents, South African papers to stay, to legalize their stay, to legalize their everything that they're doing in South Africa. Whatever affairs, whatever activity that they're doing as people, as human beings, of course, having the white skin, having the white color, they are there forever, enjoying business, enjoying life. But I don't know for white Zimbabweans what's going to happen. But right now, as I talk to you, things are fine. There's good news. They come back home to restart their lives, start their life from scratch, from afresh, everything that they're doing. All those white people who went to South Africa, who went and hid in South Africa, who went or who fled to other countries, they come back home. And this news has been confirmed by the ZANU-PF national spokesperson, Dr. Christopher Muchangwa himself, that yes, there are reports, there's evidence on the ground that the white Zimbabweans are come back home because of the general understanding, general perception that Zimbabwe is better, is now good, is now stable, politically, economically, socially, under the current president, Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa. And they come back home based on that idea, based on that understanding, based on that general perception. Yes. Okay, what are your comments on this video? What are your views, opinions based on what I've said on this video? Drop type right in the comment section. Drop type right in the comments box. I'll come and see them out. Let's talk further from there. Whatever you have in your mind, just write anything. I'll see them out as comments in the comment section, comments box. I'm done talking. Peace out, sharp.